He's a Norwegian man who was 46-year-old and ran a lucrative business in extreme body modification. Judge Mark Lookcraft, KC, said Gustavson had been the mastermind of the gruesome and grisly, large-scale, and extremely dangerous enterprise. On one occasion, Gustavson cooked what appeared to be human testicles, which were then plated to be eaten, and kept other body parts as trophies. Judge Lookcraft told the court he was entirely satisfied that the motivation was a mix of sexual gratification as well as financial reward. Some of what happened was little short of human butchery. Well, yeah, I guess it's a cutting off dick story. I don't know. Once again, I only know the fucking headline. So I don't exactly... Eunuch maker, mutilator, gelled for life. That sounds like it could be some sort of device they manufacture. Oh shit, your birthday was one day off. Ah, fuck. It's all good. We still love you. Another Cybertruck story. Actually, do I have that meme? Yes, I do. Cybertruck owners willing to risk it all to prove safety feature works. They call it the eunuch maker. The eunuch maker. We might need a content warning on this one. The eunuch maker mutilator gelled for 22 years. Still don't know if this is like a device that's manufactured or if this is the name for a serial killer. Let's find out. Is this the eunuch maker? A self-styled eunuch maker who mutilated paying customers at... People paid him to do this. Interesting. We are news focused on politics, crime, and then all around bullshit towards the end. I'm a self-styled eunuch maker whom he gave himself that name, who mutilated paying customers and streamed it online, has been jailed for life with a minimum of 22 years. Marius Gustavson admitted offenses including 5 counts of causing grievous bodily harm with intent. Oh, I'm sure they're talking about Israel in the chat. What is everybody arguing about right now? He was described at a 3-day sentencing at the Old Bailey as a lunatic, an arch manipulator, and a butcher. He's a Norwegian man who was 46-year-old and ran a lucrative business in extreme body modification. And the BBC is hitting us with a content warning mid-fucking story. Judge Mark Lookcraft, KC, said Gustavson had been the mastermind of the gruesome and grisly, large-scale, and extremely dangerous enterprise. On one occasion, Gustavson cooked what appeared to be human testicles, which were then plated to be eaten, and kept other body parts as trophies. Judge Lookcraft told the court he was entirely satisfied that the motivation was a mix of sexual gratification as well as financial reward. Some of what happened was little short of human butchery. The court heard how the defendant's EUNUCH Maker pay-per-view website advertised services including castration, penis removal, and the freezing of limbs. Ida, good evening. The Old Bailey was also told how Gustafsson got others to perform procedures on him, including having a nipple and his penis removed and a leg frozen. What? The website showed the defendant and his medically unqualified accomplices, 6 of whom were sentenced alongside him, performing a series of operations in London flats and hotel rooms on apparently willing volunteers. Some were as young as 16. Sometimes it all went badly wrong. The court heard several recordings of 999 calls in which Gustafsson calmly lied to the operator about how his victims had in fact injured themselves. In January, 3 men were sentenced after admitting to causing bodily harm to Gustafsson. In his defense, you guys are having drama in the chat and I'm like fucking flabbergasted. It's okay, go for it. I don't care. Argue away. I'm over here like, what the fuck is with this story? In his defense, Gustafsson's legal team claimed he only wanted to put a smile on people's faces. Offering a service to those suffering like him from what was described as body integrity dysmorphia. However, prosecution barrister Carolyn Carberry, KC, told the court, "We suggest that diagnosis, if exists, may explain why it is Mr. Gustafsson acted as he did to have his own body maimed and mutilated, but does not explain why he made a lucrative business out of mutilating others." I muted the wrong thing. I muted the browser audio and then coughed into my microphone. Sorry about that. I think the bronchitis is coming back on me. I think my allergies, bronchitis is coming back. I need to start taking medicine again. Gustafsson earned almost 300,000. Is that pounds or euros? Always going to be. Euros is the little C with the shit through it. That's pounds. 300k pounds from his website, having amassed 22,000 visitors from across the globe who paid to view the gruesome footage. Subscribers who paid the yearly £100 subscription would be entitled to VIP status, while victims were promised money from the video revenue. Court documents also showed Gustafsson used his business to sell human tissue gathered from the procedures, with references to "buy it now" button. In the end, it was the bravery of one of Gustafsson's victims, who cannot be named for legal reasons, that led to the website being taken down. In 2020, the participant told Devon and Cornwall police about the procedures carried out on him and provided a USB stick that contained 5,000 WhatsApp messages, 100 images, and a number of videos. He told police how he had been high on drugs when Gustafsson had first cut him with a scalpel and... Well, good! You want some anesthesia? And how he was strapped to a bed and electrocuted. In later procedures, the man told police how he had had his testicles clamped and how Gustafsson had used a red-hot iron designed by the victim to brand him with the initials EM, which stood for EUNUCH Maker. In a victim impact statement read to the court, the man described how he had been mesmerized by Gustafsson, but now recognized he had needed to see a psychiatrist, not a backstreet surgeon. "I realized I had trusted the wrong person, and Gustafsson is in fact a lunatic." The thousands of messages handed to police revealed how Gustafsson was an arch manipulator of victims who may have consented to the procedures, but were themselves vulnerable. Having pleaded guilty to a series of charges, including conspiracy to cause grievous bodily harm with intent, making and distributing indecent images of a child, and possessing extreme pornography, Gustafsson did not need to give evidence at trial. This is a dude that was given a suspended sentence after admitting to mutilating Gustafsson. Investigations by journalists into Gustafsson's background in Norway and from what his defense team claimed at court make it possible to trace how the once respectable community figure descended into a spiral of criminality. Originally from a small town to the south of West Oslo, Gustafsson was a postal worker and the chair of the LGBT charity known as Organizing Pride Weekends, as well as the traditional Rust celebrations, a series of events and parties high school students enjoy before their final exams. But by 1999, he had received a suspended prison sentence for a fraud committed against a housing cooperative. And in 2001, he was sentenced to 8 months for internet fraud. Defense barrister Rajvinderjeet Pensar said Gustav probably did a pretty good job on that one. Marriage in 2005 kept him stable, but it broke down in 2016, which was when he began to modify himself. Gustafsson moved to the UK in 2012, was living in London in 2017, when he had his penis removed by one of his co-defendants. 2 years later, he arranged to have part of his leg frozen and a nipple removed.